Humanity has dreamed for a long time of space exploration. It seems that mankind is destined to grand adventures, the conquest of new continents, the remote confines of Earth, the Moon, and naturally, outer space seems like the last frontier. But if we really look at the cold hard facts, we will begin to realize that sadly, humans will never conquer outer space. Put bluntly, the human body is not made for space. Our biology has us pretty much locked down here on Earth, even more, confined in a tiny fraction of our planet. For a settlement outside Earth, the most basic step towards space colonization, we would need a series of very specific conditions. Atmosphere composed of roughly 78% nitrogen, 20% oxygen, and 2% of carbon dioxide and other gases, with a specific pressure of around 100,000 pascals. Temperatures ranging from 40 to 90 Fahrenheit degrees for long-term survivability. Sources of food and water, and a way to import or transport those. That's minimal for human survival and frankly not much of a challenge. I mean, we already have a human spaceship providing all of these conditions. The International Space Station has been orbiting us, housing astronauts safely for almost 20 years. A more serious hurdle, however, is the amount of radiation in outer space and planets without atmosphere. It's extremely difficult to measure the long-time effects of radiation on the human body, but for now we can assume that we will have good shielding solutions with future advances of technology. The ultimate shackle that keeps humans confined to Earth is gravity. We have merely begun to grasp the effects of long-time exposure to different gravitational environments. The longest time a human has ever been in space is 438 days, a record settled by Russian cosmonaut Valery Polyakov. Even on short missions, astronauts endure the severe effects of microgravity in the form of bone and muscle deterioration, bowel problems, and eyesight disorders. And that's only for conditions of less gravity. What could be the effects on the body of exposure to environments of stronger gravity? At this point, we can make pretty good guesses, and they are not very encouraging. In order to colonize space, we would need to provide ourselves artificial gravity or limit our settlements to places within our range of tolerance. You could think that all these requisites of atmosphere, temperature, food and water, radiation protection, and appropriate gravity conditions are pretty severe obstacles, and that it will stop human desire of exploring and colonizing space. Well, you would be very wrong. Historically, humanity has always undergone through difficult enterprises just because they are difficult. That's why we climb the Everest, reach the poles, or explore the bottom of the ocean. With the vast amount of resources that outer space can provide to humanity, even the most extreme environment could be conquered. Our technology is nowhere near where it can provide us with living conditions outside Earth, but eventually it could be done. We could build safe and easy to manufacture habitats. We could be provided air, pressure, radiation protection, food and water. But that's not very likely to happen. It's just not practical. Our fragile bodies cannot handle space or other nearby planets, and no amount of terraforming or advances in materials or spacesuits will change the fact that humans cannot survive conditions different from what we have here on Earth. The path of less resistance and the most logical solution to this problem is simply to change the humans themselves. Why building giant domes or complex habitats on other planets if we could just create a new kind of human, one more apt for different environments? Through our history, the human body has stayed pretty much the same, but space exploration might demand more from us. Can you imagine humans having a body apt for space exploration? A skin so thick it wouldn't need any radiation shielding? Muscles so resistant that it wouldn't deteriorate in zero gravity? A human body that wouldn't even need to breathe, just eat? Congratulations if you can, because it's not easy. It sounds kinda impossible. Visualizing future technology is extremely difficult. We can do just fine imagining one or two steps beyond what we have. We think of space exploration and we imagine the rockets and spaceships we have today, just bigger and better. But space exploration will require massive advances in multiple fields, like physics, informatics, and chemistry, to have materials and machines so advanced that it will be hard to imagine today. it's logical to think that medicine will change drastically as well. It's pretty safe to assume that sometime in the future we will begin to see some form of integration between the human body and technology in the form of robotics, bioengineering, nanomaterials, or informatics. But any drastic change to the human body will be one of the most radical sociological changes we have experienced so far. At that point, we could no longer be called humans anymore. We need bodies more capable, and changing ourselves raises other very serious questions. What about our minds? Can we enhance our mental capacity also? Couldn't we also enhance our sensorial capacities? What about expanding our lifespan? And how far will we be willing to change? These are very tough questions, and humanity already have very smart people arguing and fighting about it. For now, at least, they have all agreed in the name of transhumanism for this idea, the notion of humanity advancing into a new state of the human being. The future isn't set in stone, and nobody knows for sure how we'll colonize space, if we reach that goal at all, but it's safe to assume that as humans will not be the ones doing any conquest outside the Earth, but instead a new kind of humanity, whatever form that would take. Thanks for watching this video. What do you think our future exploration will look like? Do you think we will be pretty much humans with slightly better bodies? Or we will be machines with our consciousness integrated into them? Any other ideas? Let me know in the comments. I just want to add that this is an opinion piece, but trying to be an informed one. You can check the sources for this video in the description below. If you like this video and you want to see more content like this, please subscribe to our channel and like this video. Thank you very much, and see you next time.